The new year is fast approaching, and if you're like me, then you're probably feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all the creative projects and things that you might want to work on, but never fear, I got you covered. Today in this video, I'm going to be covering my 5 top tips for having a successful scrappy year. Next on the Victoria Marie YouTube channel. Hello, welcome back to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel, where I feature all things scrapbooking and crafting. If that's something you enjoy, make sure you subscribe. When you do, click the bell. That way you'll be notified each and every time a new video is posted. Now, before we jump into this video, I just want to share with you, I'm offering a year-long class called Project Done, a year-long scrapbooking journey. And in this class, we focus on, for a whole 12-month period, of identifying unfinished scrapbook projects and setting plans and systems in place to complete those projects. Every month is focused on a different theme, from project management, time management, photo management, how to let go of projects that no longer serve you, and much more. So if you're looking for a little bit of guidance, you need to finish some scrapbook projects and you want to process around that and to be in community with other people like that, then come and check out Project Done. I'm going to post a link down in the description below. Class starts on January 4th, so make sure you check it out, and I look forward to seeing you in the classroom. In today's video, I'm sharing my top 5 tips for having a successful scrappy year. Now, I'm not an advocate for the rush to January 1st to get everything perfect and ready. Obviously, we're coming out of the holiday season. We're probably all tired and we just need to take a deep breath. But usually at the end of the year, I start thinking about the projects I want to do and making sure that I've set myself up for success. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. Let's start out 2022 by making a list of all the projects that you want to work on. Actually, you're going to make 2 lists. This is an exercise that I do with my students in my Project Done class. The first thing you're going to do is make a master list. Make an exhaustive list of all the projects that you feel are not complete, or the projects that you want to start, things that you've been thinking about. This can even include things like organizing your scrappy space or maybe photo management. Once your master list is done, make a second list. This list is going to be the projects you're going to focus on in 2022. So from your master list, pull over a few projects. It could be 5, 10, maybe 3 projects, but at least you have some kind of focus before the year starts. That way you're not kind of heeing and hawing trying to figure out what scrapbook projects you want to do. You've already made a list of a realistic set of projects, and then you can focus on starting on those projects and getting prepped and hopefully getting them done. Tip number 2 is start with a clean slate. This is the perfect time to go through your scrappy space and start organizing, cleaning up some stuff. Now, I'm not recommending that you do a complete overhaul in the new year, unless, of course, that's what you want to do. But it's always a good idea to go through your scrapbook room, purge any materials that you're not using, maybe dust, clean off your surfaces. Also, maybe go through some things that you're not using anymore. Yes, that's right. Go ahead and purge. Maybe make a small stack of items that can go to another scrappy friend or maybe for donation. Now, this task is not something you have to do all in one setting. In fact, I always recommend breaking down these tasks depending on how much you have to clean and organize over a series of days. So maybe you start with one section of your scrappy space, get that all nice, clean, and organized, and move on to the next. Tip number 3 is replenish your supplies. So all of those adhesives, glues, stamping materials, card bases, all of the materials that you need to work on your scrapbook projects or card projects or whatever it is that you work on, that you have the supplies that you need and they're nice, neat, and organized, ready to go. A lot of stores are doing sales on products end of the year, beginning of the year, so this is a really great time to stock up on all your card stocks and all the essentials that you need in order to work on your projects. So that's one less thing you have to worry about. Tip number 4 is to make kits and print your photos. I'm a big fan of making scrapbooking kits. So if you have some stash hanging around or maybe some unused kits and collections, go ahead and break into those, assign them a project, right? Print your photos, put those with your kits. So that way you will be ready to go when the mood strikes for you to scrapbook. And speaking of printing photos, consider printing a batch of photos that you can start the new year off with. Now, I'm not recommending that you go and print a whole bunch of photos, but maybe just a few that you can start with, maybe some photos from December or maybe previous months. Get those printed, assign them a kit or a project, and that way that part's already done and you can start scrapbooking when you're ready. And don't forget to store your complete kits close by your scrappy desk. This way, when you are ready to work on a project, you can just grab a kit and go. Also, ever heard of the old adage, out of sight, out of mind? Well, kits are no exception. So if you keep it close by, it's a nice reminder that you have some projects to work on. And lastly, tip number 5 is to schedule your scrappy time. One of the activities I do with my Project Done class is called creative time blocking. What you want to do is get a visual idea of how much time you actually have for your creative hobbies. So what you'll do is on one half of a piece of paper is write a selection of times. Then, of course, the days of the week at the top. Then you fill in all of your obligations, work, extracurricular activities, school, whatever it is that you have on your schedule. Look at your schedule and see what blocks of time you can assign to your scrappy hobby. So on this example, I have Tuesday and Saturday available, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight that in yellow. That lets me visually see that I do have time, and it also eliminates the excuse that we don't have time to scrapbook. So maybe that's one of the things you do first is you block out your creative time, keep that commitment. Your creative time is sacred and precious and super important to your well-being. So what did you think of my 5 tips? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you have a tip or suggestion you want to share with the community on how you get ready for a new year of scrapbooking, make sure you share that with us down below in the comment section, or check us out on the Victoria Marie Facebook group. And don't forget to check out my Project Done, a year-long scrapbooking online class, which starts on January 4th. I posted a link for information down below. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you're new here to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. When you do, click the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time a new video is posted. I'll see you in the next one.